Welcome back to Heart Magic Monday with Empress Lysa. Yeah! And we are here and I want to talk about my dream utopia and how I don't actually believe it's that far away. I want to talk about my life for the last year professionally reading hearts for some 5 years now, using a combination of my empath heart and my cleansed sentient knowing in my tummy. And these are psychic gifts that allow us to access information from the unseen world. What I love about this is that my primary role is actually to be a translator and interpreter for the feelings and the information that I can sense. What I love so much about my role is that it forces me to learn the language of energy and soul and emotion in order to allow me to proficiently and clearly do my very best to explain that in the human language. My chosen language is English. And what's so difficult about that is that language is a man-made construct. It's a fabrication. It was just someone haphazardly threw a few words around and it's evolved over centuries, but it has evolved from a place of disconnection with the truth of the unseen world. And so there's an inherent disconnect and an inherent problem with having to interpret truth and soul level information from the unseen world purely because of the clunky challenging nature of the English language. I can also speak Japanese fluently, and once again I don't find that an easy medium either to be able to communicate all that I can truly sense and feel. Now that I have been reading hearts and professionally serving and mentoring other healers, coaches, energy workers, naturopaths, those in the natural health arena, what I've really noticed is that all of us have actually endured very, very similar situations. So while we grow up in different countries, cultures, religions, societies, ideas within our own family, what I find is a huge common ground between all of us. And I can't tell you how comforting that is for me, that growing up as an Australian, I grew up as a Latter-day Saint, in a European white family, the prejudice that inclined me towards has been something that I've had to continually to revise and reflect upon in order to find my own connection with truth and my own way of perceiving the world. If you're like me and you are eternally optimistic, you will have had repeated disappointments and devastations in this life, like unto myself. And many of you know that my background, my undergraduate degree was in world politics because I wanted to heal the world and make it a better place. Unfortunately, I rubbed up with the reality that the leaders of the world are stuck within a mental paradigm that makes no space for peace, for true communication, for true compassion, understanding and respect for all people. So I turned myself to healing my own heart, since then becoming a life coach, then a healer, and now a mentor to other healers and coaches. I help the people that help people. And I wanted to tell you the reality of what I perceive can become part of our world now, that there is an emergence of empaths in the world right now. We're waking up to the reality that the pain that we're feeling is not ours. Now, that was my initial awakening 10 years ago. Nevertheless, that is just the initial, touching the surface of what it is to be an empath. The true nature of an empath is to perceive the emotional and soul level truth within another, so that we may reflect and corroborate their experience and reinforce the truth of who they have forgotten they are. This process allows us to be a sacred mirror, not to heal them, but to offer a compassionate, loving presence that allows them to heal themselves. So you may be familiar with one of my videos, which is teaching about how being an empath makes us a natural healer. And I want to go one step further. That I am working on my next book right now, and I'm very excited to share it. The skeleton structure of it is now complete, so over continuing weeks I will be doing the sacred pour of the content, which is the easy part. It's making sure that it all fits very comprehensively and robustly, and that I cover all of the major challenges for empaths. And I have loved the process. And I guess now, when you conceptually get to a point where you can look out beyond that past paradigm, now that I'm here, my heart is really opening up, and I want to share that I have been teaching other people how to read the hearts of others, and many of my mentoring clients right now are actually in a process of not only aligning their business with their truth, but actually developing their sacred spiritual gifts so that they can employ them to be of higher service in the world. And that's really my big agenda right now. I want to help the people that help people, and really allow people to align in their truth, their power, and their gifts so that they can be of higher service in the world, because that is the only way that I believe true change can happen. And I truly believe that through loving presence, we create space for other people to step into their own truth and magnificence in a way that they can then extend that on, and it's a ripple effect. I know, eh? This is the stuff that gets me really excited. So I want to step past the paradigm of everything I've ever presented before and offer you a new model of relating to one another in the world. That when a client sits before me, I listen to their words, but I feel with my heart what they're saying. And having an international clientele, I work with people from, all over the world, all different countries with different experiences and cultures and religions. And I always fully comprehend them. I understand them. I know what they're saying. I know what they mean. And that ability to be able to read hearts is actually bypassing the need for language. Now, we still need language as a form of communication to reinforce our comprehension and our understanding of this energetic soul level information that we're accessing. But I wanted to reflect my vision and my greatest hope, something that I really want to contribute to the world, and I can't not get emotional when I talk about this. Many of you know that I felt deeply unloved, unheard, uncared for, unimportant in this world because nobody knew me, they couldn't understand me, and yet I understood everybody else. So I felt very isolated by my gifts initially. As I've taught in my first book, the final chapter, Our Pain is Our Purpose, is that pain that I endured for many years has birthed an incredible devotion to witnessing and honoring the truth in another soul, and being somebody that can sit by you and actually confirm that I know who you are, I know how you feel, and I know what's happening for you, what has happened to you. I don't know what will happen to you. My psychic gifts don't ever go into the future. I get premonitions for my own future, but not professionally for my work, and I'm grateful for that. What I really love is that eventually, once we can all accept ourselves as spiritually gifted, and I believe everyone is, around 30% of the population are empaths. However, everybody has the capacity to be able to develop the ability to emotionally read and perceive others. We need to access that through different ways according to our spiritual gifts, and I'm not going to go into that in this beautiful video today. But imagine a world where you could meet up with a friend and they could look into your eyes and know exactly what's happening for you, and not need to say anything, but simply respond from a place of nurture, nourishment, love, and support, whatever that is. Imagine if you could sit with somebody and not need to tell them all the details of what happened, but have them experience within their own body exactly what happened to you in a way that allows your experience to be real, valid, valuable, and cared about. I truly know that when souls feel seen, when they feel loved in their truth, they behave in a way that may be foreign to them. And in all of my career, and especially my work right now, is to consistently offer compassionate healing presence, or in other words, to hold space so deep, full, and wide for somebody else that they're completely safe to be who they are. They can be held in complete and utter acceptance and be permitted to express or behave in any way that they see fit to share and express in that time. Imagine a world where we could communicate from heart to heart rather than use the clunky vehicle of language. So many of us feel unheard, misunderstood. There's so much confusion. And for me, I just want to offer hope to all the empaths out there that once we can truly allow ourselves to step out of our minds and back into our hearts, we really can perceive the truth in another. And there's no way that we can't hold and honor that soul in deep respect once we perceive the truth of who they really are. That's my vision. That's my vision for our future. That's my vision for my life that I'm cultivating right now. This is my style of parenting. This is the way that I communicate with my husband and the way that I communicate with my clients. I still talk with them, but it's from a place of deeply respecting, perceiving, admiring, and loving the truth of who they are and what they're wanting to relay at that time. Hey, what sort of a world would that be like? How many of our current challenges would melt away? That's my utopia. It's my dream. I will live as though that were real now with whom I can, and accept and respect everyone else to take their time. But I want to share it with you all because I think my tribe want to hear this, and I hope that it offers you hope. And I just want you to know that I don't know how many people are doing this in this world, but I am. I love it, and it's rich and full and beautiful. And I would love to hear your thoughts. I have never expressed this before, so please comment below and tell me what you think. If you have found this video valuable in any way, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a big thumbs up. I really, really value your interaction with this content because my agenda is to influence. I want to be able to share the most profound and life-changing ideas that have transformed my world internally and externally, so that more people can be able to partake of the peace and the sense of heaven on earth that I believe we're all entitled to. If you are someone like me that wants to deepen into your truth and rise in purpose so that you can be a powerful influence in this world, a contributor of the good, of something that nourishes souls and enhances communities and establishes a greater sense of peace on the earth, and I would love to invite you to subscribe to this channel. It's really exciting to allow my heart to release this today. My love and blessings are with you all. Thank you for being here on my channel and for watching this video. I'm excited to hear what you think. Mwah.